So this is a family journal entry. I've recently purchased the book Unprescription for Autism, and there's a lot of suggestions and helpful hints in this book, and I'm making this video journal to share about the things that we try. This isn't going to be a sad story about isolation and sadness of autism. I'm going to try to take a different approach. And that approach is going to have a lot more to do with the positive, awesome little guy of mine who is living a great life with his family. And we're just trying to do the best we can so he can make a lot of progress and keep being happy and healthy. So prior to his autism diagnosis, he was just kind of a little guy, like any other baby or toddler. He didn't really do a lot of communication or talking. He's the youngest of three. And it kind of really wasn't until Anton was in the better half of 2 where I started working to get him speech therapy. When he turned 3, we were talking with his pediatrician, and she kind of directed us in the direction of having him tested for autism.
Happy birthday to you.
So 3 was a big year for us. It was kind of a year where some of the signs we would have liked to have seen him achieving in development were just a little different. Our pediatrician recommended us to go and contact the Wisconsin Early Autism Project. This was the start of a really great therapy relationship and a lot of really great resources and guidance. So Anton was pretty sensitive to sounds, he still is. He loved to fixate on certain things, especially favorite foods. We had the Summer of Corn one year, and he would carry around upwards of 3 or 4 cobs at a time and snack on them, cooked or raw, didn't matter. When corn wasn't available, he really loved to collect the cucumbers out of the garden, and that's what he looks like if you take his cucumber. He also liked to fixate on toys that made music. He would just zone out and enjoy dancing to them. When you took him places, he wasn't necessarily interested in looking at the animals at the zoo. He was the little active guy who wanted to push the stroller. Family pictures are action shots. He really likes to move. Anton is really super orientated toward things that are sticky.
You having fun throwing that
stuff?
stuff?
In the water and the mud. With Weep, they work with ABA therapy, and he has started that in October, so he's roughly been doing that for around 6 months. We also had him take the MRT test, and there are people who disagree with the validity of this test, but we did find out that he was highly sensitive to cow's milk. This was a huge thing. So knowing that once I took milk products kind of out of his diet and I saw a lot of great improvement in focus, he seemed like he wasn't dazing off more, I thought I need to keep looking at dietary issues, which is how I ended up coming to the book, The Unprescription, and I've spent a good 3 or 4 hours reading it so far. And this book is going to be a very great resource. So it talks a lot about how the invisible things can stop a kid from learning. I'm a teacher. I know that I can be a wonderful teacher, create good lessons, good therapy, but the kid has to feel healthy. So they talk about the opioid effect and how digestion and food improperly can cause kind of almost drug-like symptoms. So one of the suggestions in the book is to follow a digestive enzyme protocol, specifically with an enzyme called DPP4, which deals with milk and gluten. And you start at 1 meal a day, and then another couple weeks, after a week, you go to 2 meals a day to 3 meals a day, and finally you want to get to giving it to them every time they eat. This video is by no means a substitute for the book. There's a lot of reading that goes around this. You should read the book for sure. And it makes sense. Anton loves things like muffins, and he loves cupcakes. And he can eat pasta like it's nobody's business. So if milk was a irritant before, I thought, you know, why couldn't it not be digesting? His diapers, I will say, they're not constipated. This is the enzyme that I'm working with. It comes in capsules, and I cut them open once a day right now, and I sprinkle it into applesauce.
How's your applesauce? You like that? Is it good?
And he doesn't seem to mind taking it.
Is it good applesauce? Yeah.
So
Can you
this
say
is our
hi?
guy. He is wiggly.
Can you say hi?
Doesn't do a lot of talking. He'll parrot back to you if you can get him to say certain
Can
words.
you say mommy?
Sometimes he generates words.
Panda. Say
Not
mommy.
as much as I'd like him to. You could tell his eye contact's a
Good
little,
job. High five. Give me a
you
high
know,
five.
not totally there. But you know, he
Yeah.
follows directions, and overall he's a really great
Are you
kid.
hungry? Are you hungry? Say yeah. Eat yeah. Okay. So can you put your clothes on? Can you take your little pants off? Let's get ready for breakfast.
So this is the starting point. This is where we're at. And they say, you know, it takes a long time to try something and see how it works and for things to have an impact. So gonna make another video here in a couple of weeks after trying this digestive enzymes. And let me know what's working for you. What are you trying? Feel free to leave your comments below.